The complete guide to performing the Mob of the Dead Easter egg in Black Ops 2. You will need at least 2 players to complete this Easter egg in full, with one of them playing as Weasel. You can, however, practice this Easter egg in full if playing solo. You just won't be able to perform the final Easter egg interaction. Companion notes are in the description below as always. Grab my hand, let's get started. At the start of the game, shock open the double points door and revive yourselves. Wait until the zombies are closer, then claim the double points and farm round 1 as effectively as you like. Our first objective is to obtain the Hell's Retriever, done so by feeding 3 dog heads across the map, 6 zombies each. As round 2 starts, buy into CD Street and head up the stairs to Broadway. The first dog head is here at Broadway. Anywhere between the exits is in range for the dog head. Get your first kill to activate the dog, then farm 5 more to complete the dog. Go ahead and end your round, then head back to the opposite side to farm round 3 at Times Square. While here, interact with the shock box to enter Afterlife. Enter the spectral door next to the MP5 wall buy, then jump and shock the voltmeter to unlock the door to the showers. Farm round 3 here. I like using the MP5 on this map. On round 4, buy into the cafeteria and the door into the infirmary. This will be our second Hellhound head to farm. Enter Afterlife and double back into the hall on the right to go through a spectral door and jump up onto the roof. Shock open the roof door, then farm 6 zombies into the second Hellhound. Once filled, go ahead and flip your round to 5. On round 5, we're going to find and claim the Warden's key. It's either here at Times Square or through the door to Michigan Ave, down in front of the Warden's office. To claim the key, enter Afterlife. There will be a spectral door up on the 2nd level. Jump through and shock the panel on the inside to lower the key. It's the same situation at both locations, and if you're on the Warden's office side, you can also cross to the other side and run inside to shock the voltmeter, opening the door to the Warden's office early. With the key in hand, buy the door from Michigan to Citadel, as it's 500 points cheaper than doing so from Showers. Then buy into Citadel tunnels. At the bottom of the tunnels, use the key to unlock the keypad, then buy into China Alley, Building 64, and the door to docks. This now unlocks the final Hellhound head for the Hell's Retriever. Farm zombies here at the docks until the Hellhound disappears, and that's the Hell's Retriever prepared. While at the docks, we can begin to collect the plane parts. First is the tank. Have one player enter Afterlife while the other opens this gate by the water. Shocking the voltmeter will open the second door, but close the first. The Afterlife player should toggle the doors to allow the alive player to run in, grab the tank, and run out. While you're down here, return to Building 64 in Afterlife and shock these 3 panels. Doing so will overload the generator and unlock a door in the Warden's office containing the engine part. Next is the rigging part. Head back to Citadel tunnels and have one player enter Afterlife at the top of the tunnels, then run down. On the walls, they will pass 3 numbers. They will input these numbers on the keypad at the bottom, lowering the elevator for 60 seconds. A player should then run down towards China Alley, taking a left here, and traveling through the tunnel to the elevator, opening the door and claiming the rigging part. At this point, at least one player should have the tank and another the rigging. When not playing solo, players can only carry one part at a time. Both of you should run up to the roof to deposit your parts and start assembling the plane. Next is the control valve. This is in the infirmary right next to the Hellhound head. Make a quick stop with the Warden's key to unlock the case, then add it to the plane. Next to claim are the uniforms at the showers. Interact with the padlock to open this door, then use a shock box to enter Afterlife. Shock the voltmeter inside, then while you're in this Afterlife, you may also have the time to open the Warden's office if you haven't already. Run through Michigan Ave to the spectral door above, then to the far right through another door, and shock the voltmeter. For the uniforms, interact with the laundry machine to start a 30-second lockdown. Fresh zombies will spawn and add to the round count, and you'll have the entire showers area to play with while you survive. On completion, claim the uniforms. The final plane part is the aforementioned engine. Make your way to the Warden's office, open the padlock, and claim the part inside. With all parts acquired, head to the roof and finish assembling the plane. Interact to start the launch timer and have any willing teammates join. The plane will launch and you'll fly to the bridge. I recommend not flipping your round here at the bridge, as a round flip acts as a trigger to respawn the plane. When the electric chairs spawn in, interact to be sent back to Alcatraz, continuing the cycle. You have now performed one of the 3 required cycles to progress the Easter egg. Now that you've continued the cycle once, it would be a good time to acquire the Blundergat if you don't already know how to. This is accomplished by using the Hell's Retriever we acquired via the Hellhound heads. Throw the Hell's Retriever at 5 locations to collect invisible skulls. Their locations are at the docks on the 3rd pole from the end, at China Alley with Juggernog, there's a pole below the gondola. Jump and throw the Hell's Retriever to claim the skull. At CD Street, in the far right cell with the toilet. At the roof, in the far back left corner, throw the Hell's Retriever at the corner. And at the Warden's office, look out the window next to Speed Cola and throw at the top of the telephone pole. On completion, a free Blundergat will spawn at the Warden's office, available for pickup. Back to the main quest. To fly the plane again, you will need to flip the round when back at Alcatraz, which will respawn the plane and replace the plane parts with gas tanks. These tanks are easily accessible at the same locations the parts were acquired at, and the puzzles or challenges need not be repeated. Again, you can only carry one item at a time when playing with multiple players, so make runs back and forth to acquire all of the tanks. Interact once again to launch to the bridge, and take the chairs back to complete a second cycle. The other prerequisite for the Easter egg is claiming the spoon. To do so, go to Michigan Ave outside the Warden's office and throw the Hell's Retriever at the Escape the Tomb poster. Enter Afterlife from the nearby shock box to enter a new spectral door between the cells. In here is a spoon on the ground. Shock the spoon until it disappears, then revive yourself. When alive, a player needs to run to the cafeteria and look through the back window. On the table is a spoon. Throw the Hell's Retriever at it to claim the spoon, where on success, Brutus will be heard. Once at least one player has the spoon, this step is complete. The third plane has the exact same requirements as plane 2. Gas canisters in the same locations, bring them all up, fly to the bridge, then electric chair, return to the map. Now that we have completed 3 cycles of the plane, the numbers at the Citadel Tunnel's keypad will be flashing. We now need to submit the prisoner numbers of all 4 characters to continue. Enter Afterlife mode, then run down the tunnels to the keypad and input the following numbers in any order: 101, 481, 386, and 872. I recommend either using 2 Afterlife charges to ensure you don't expire, or having a teammate revive juggle you. Whenever you are being revived, your Afterlife meter stays still, so teammates can start and stop revive attempts on you to preserve your Afterlife for longer. Once all 4 numbers are submitted, return to your body and the world will have transitioned to black and white. A voiceover will begin telling a story of the 4 inmates and what happened to them. After about a minute, the story will cut out and you'll have to repeatedly pick up headphone power-ups to continue the story. The first is at the stairs leading back up to Citadel. The second is in the room just beyond Double Tap. The third is on the walkway from Michigan Ave to Times Square. The fourth is at the Infirmary landing. And the 5th and final is at the top of the stairs leading to the roof. And note that this is the final step you will be able to perform if you're practicing the Easter egg solo. To complete the story, have a player enter Afterlife, then head up to the roof and interact with the plane to get on it. A note that you should not enter Afterlife until the plane has actually respawned, as I was having difficulty interacting in this footage. We did another Afterlife after the plane was back, and even though there is no indicator, the interaction is available, and we were able to go. Once the Afterlife interaction is made, all players will be teleported to the plane and taken to the bridge as their Afterlife ghosts. Revive yourself at the chair, then to complete the Easter egg, the players must fight, with Weasel facing off against the other 1 to 3 players. Upon one side winning, the cycle will either continue or break, and your game will end, completing Pop Goes the Weasel. And that's Mob of the Dead. That wasn't the plan to do next in the map order, but it was quick and now it's here. Next in the queue is either Mephistopheles from Infinite Warfare, Rex and Furnace for Black Ops 7, or more Black Ops 2 guides. If you liked the video, like the video. If you want to see more Zombies Easter egg guides, subscribe down below. And as always, I've been Noodles, you've been awesome. I'll see you next time.